Today is Tuesday, the 15th of December, and here to talk about the party happening in Scorpio. So, this is the sidereal sign of Scorpio where the sun will be entering tomorrow. So, after 30 days in Venus ruled Libra, the sun is now in the sign of Scorpio. Ruled by Mars, and so the sun finally changing signs. It was in Libra where we had the recent solar eclipse, so the sun is now leaving the location of that eclipse, and the sun generally does well in Scorpio. The sun and Mars are good friends, and the sun is like a big bright flashlight that we bring down to the depths of the ocean, represented by Scorpio. So there's a bit of a party going on. Mercury entered Scorpio on this past Sunday. Venus has been there since last week. So we've got these three planets occupying the sign of Scorpio, and it really emphasizes this tension between Mars and Venus. And so again, Scorpio, ruled by Mars, Venus is there. Mars is currently in the sky retrograding through Taurus, which is ruled by Venus, and they're in exact opposition. So there's this tension between the part of us that's willing to fight for survival and the part of us that's willing to seduce or even maybe deceive in order to get pleasure. And you think about, like, what are the primary motivating factors of human life, and it has a lot to do with avoiding pain and pursuing pleasure, right? And so this is this tension, and they're battling a little bit. So just notice if that's alive in your life, and what's the third way, and it's to keep that elevated perspective, that more cosmic, holistic view of things. And so that's where the sun comes in to remind us that you could be a saint or an axe murderer, and it's a sunny day. So yeah, the dates to watch out for are exactly around Thanksgiving, November 23rd, 24th, 25th, because that's when the moon will be joining the sun, Mercury, and Venus in the sign of Scorpio. The moon is debilitated in Scorpio. It's its least favorite place to be, where it gets lost in the muck, in the mess of emotional stuckness. And that week, Mercury and Venus will also be in planetary yuddha, planetary war. So they're trying to occupy the same space in the sky. They're at the exact same degree, and so they're tussling and fighting over who gets prominence, who gets to be in that position. And so this, you're gonna be home with your family, perhaps, or whoever you're hanging out with around Thanksgiving. Just want to be very, very careful on those days about seeing old emotional patterns come up where we're stuck and stagnant emotionally. We're going to try to communicate about it. We're going to try to get what we want, and we want to be very careful to be very truthful and to question what is truly pleasurable. And Venus wants to go after its desires, and you may be motivated by unconscious desires. And so we just want to be very, very careful about that, especially those couple days around the next new moon, which is happening the afternoon of November 23rd, and then those next couple days as well. So just be gentle, go slow, but really investigate, what are these motivating desires? Am I trying to avoid pain, pursue pleasure, and how am I communicating that, and how is that impacting the people around me? Yes, so Venus, so the other thing is Venus and Mars are both combust this whole time too, like a little bit too close to the sun and getting sunburnt and a little bit crispy. And so they're frustrated and agitated. And so all this is just a little bit stirred up, and it's a good thing. It's an evolutionary process, but it may lead to some difficult conversations. But it doesn't have to be difficult if you can be really honest and be truthful. And as the beauty of Scorpio is, there's no surface level small talk with Scorpio. It's straight to the deep issues. Scorpio doesn't care about what's going on the surface, like what's in the depths, what's at the bottom of the ocean of your emotions, and so that's what wants to be expressed and agitated right now, and so it's a great chance to bring it to the surface in order for it to be cleared and clarified. That's the whole thing. Don't latch onto it too much. If you're feeling stuck, don't latch onto your stuckness. Stir it up, bring it to the surface so it can be released as opposed to held onto again. So if tough stuff is coming up, trust that it's arising in order to be released, not arise into your attention for you to recirculate it and hold on to it more, if that makes sense. So Venus's combustion ends December 2nd, and Venus leaves Scorpio on December 5th, and Mercury leaves Scorpio on December 2nd as well. So that first week of December, this energy shifts significantly. But from now until then, it's Scorpio time, baby. Okay, that's enough for now, and I'll see you soon. How do I stop this?